Today on Inquirer, police say 9 persons of interest involved in the death of Adamson University student John Matthew Salilig still at large. LTFRB extends the franchises of traditional jeepneys to December 31 this year. President Bongbong Marcos meets with Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. And President Bongbong Marcos says special powers to curb inflation no longer necessary. Good evening. Imus police say a total of 9 persons of interest involved in the death of Adamson University student John Matthew Salilig are still at large. To tell us more, here's Daniza Fernandez reporting live. Daniza.
Police initially said that at least 15 people were involved in the death of Adamson University student John Matthew Salilig, but later revised this number to 12 upon follow-up investigation. Out of the 12, one is confirmed as a suspect, and there are 11 persons of interests or POIs. According to Imus police case investigator Sergeant Jesse Villanueva, only 3 have come forward to the Philippine National Police, but clarified that they were only invited to the station and are not under police custody. Villanueva also said a total of 9 POIs involved in the death of Salilig are still at large. He also explained that the individuals are only considered as POIs after 3 of the 12 people asked to have their involvement evaluated by the prosecutor's office of Binyan. Salilig's body was found in Imus, Cavite on Tuesday, and he was suspected of having died of fraternity-related hazing. Some of the likely cases to be filed are violations of the anti-hazing law, said Villanueva. According to him, this was confirmed as a hazing incident, although it is called a welcome right. Villanueva added that Binyan police would go to Adamson University in Manila to get more details about what happened leading up to Salilig's death. Despite this, Senator Ronald Bato Dela Rosa is not keen on banning fraternities. He said that he is not for the banning of fraternities, but that fraternities should police their ranks. While the former Philippine National Police Chief is not in favor of banning fraternities, he stressed that he is not pro-hazing. For De La Rosa, the anti-hazing law is already maximized and amendments to it are not needed. Salilig was reported to receive at least 70 hits during the initiation rites of fraternity Tau Gamma Phi.
That's Daniza Fernandez reporting live. President Bongbong Marcos says special powers to curb inflation is no longer necessary as he already has the power to declare an emergency and control prices of commodities. President Marcos made this remark after the possibility of granting the Department of Agriculture special powers to ensure the stability of food prices was brought up in the House of Representatives. President Marcos concurrently heads the Department of Agriculture. In July last year, a lawmaker suggested giving Marcos special powers that would allow him to manage the economy amid skyrocketing inflation rates. President Marcos has said he expects to see the country's inflation rate to go down.
I do not think that it is necessary to ask for special powers. If we declare, for example, if we declare an emergency, I have already the power to declare an emergency and to control the prices of commodities. So I don't think there is any need for more than that. That is sufficient.
Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas projects inflation in the Philippines to have accelerated yet again in February. The BSP says this month's average is expected to range between 8.5% and 9.3%. This figure would be higher than January's fresh 14-year high of 8.7%. According to the BSP, the government's fight against high inflation is seen dragging on to 2024, with the rate of increase in prices of goods and services not yet peaking. The Land and Transportation, Franchising and Regulatory Board extends the franchises of traditional jeepneys to December 31 this year. Beatriz Pinlac fills us in with the details. Bay, has President Marcos made a comment regarding the issue of PUV modernization?
Neil, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. had earlier called on transport groups to reconsider the week-long strike they had been planning to protest the impending phase-out of traditional PUV units and the implementation of the government's PUV modernization program. The president said he may also speak with transport groups to tell them that the modernization program is still subject to change, since it still needs to be implemented in a way that won't be costly for the concerned stakeholders. Meanwhile, LTFRB Chair Teofilio Guades said the decision to extend the franchises of traditional jeepneys was drawn from the request of Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista and the statement of President Marcos. According to Guades, there is no pressure on the LTFRB coming from the planned strike, since 90% of transport groups have already signified support for the initiative. But he noted that the extension was likewise decided upon in view of a Senate resolution lodged by Senator Grace Poe seeking to suspend the jeepney phase-out. To recall, Neil, the franchise for traditional jeepneys was supposedly set to expire by the end of March nationwide, except for Metro Manila, which was until the end of April, before it was extended again to June 31 in accordance with the PUV modernization program. This prompted Transportation Group Manibela to announce its planned week-long strike, where its members will halt operations nationwide starting March 6. Back to you, Neil.
That's Beatrice Pinlac reporting live. Next on Inquirer Today. Responders now on the move to bring down from Mayon remains of ill-fated Cessna passengers. Comelec releases calendar of activities for 2023 Barangay and SK elections. Election period to start July 3. And oil firms roll back LPG prices. This Inquirer Today will be back shortly.
Last February 5 po, meron po kaming arkila. Ang guest po namin ay mga foreign mix po. Nagkakandak daw ng surgical mission sa Rio Tuba, Batara sa Palawan. Din po pagkababa namin sa kanila, kailangan ko pa rin talaga maglinis ng bus kasi may maraming basura. May napansin po akong isang medyas doon sa ilalim ng upuan. Tinignan ko kung anong laman sa loob. Kasi akala ko, sabi ko baka pera to eh. Then pag tingin ko ang laman niya, hindi nga ako nagkamali, kundi pera talaga. Pero hindi siya Philippine money, kundi US dollar po, dolyares. And then binilang ko po siya nasa 30 piraso po. Bali isang piraso po. Bali nasa 3,000 US dollar po yung lahat, sir. Una ayaw niyang maniwala, pero pinakita ko sa kanya yun. Doon na siya na niwala na, sabi niya, dolyar nga. Sabi niya nga, baka fake daw. Kasi nakalagay lang sa medyas. Sabi ko, hindi, totoo to. Nakakita na rin kasi ako, sabi ko, ng US dollar eh. Wala akong duda no, na talagang sa mga guest namin yun, kasi sila lang po yung pasahero namin that time eh. Po na isauli po namin ang driver ko yung pera na yun kasi sabi ko malaki-laking halaga to, tsaka isip ko kung siyempre kailangan din yun ng may-ari, hindi lang po siya 5,000 sa 100 plus na po, 100 plus 1,000. Sabi ko sa driver ko, sabi ko kuya kailangan natin itong i-surrender. Nabalik na po sa totoong may-ari. Ito lang February 11 po, meron silang Thanksgiving party. Pinapunta nila kami doon, inimbitahan kaming mag-dinner. Tapos after ng dinner po, ayun na, naisaulin na po namin sa totoong may-ari yung mga dolyaris na yon. Nung nasa harapan na po namin sila, ay siya, grabe po yung yakap niya sa amin, tsaka pagsabi ng pasasalamat na naibalik sa kanya yung pera niya. Ang masasabi ko lang po sa mga kapwa ko nasa transport, na wag po tayong magsasawang gumawa ng mabuti. Isipin na lang po natin yung pera, nauubos yan. Pwede natin kitain yan. Pero yung kagandaang loob po ay hindi mawawala sa isipan ng bawat isa.
The additional responders deployed by Albay's local government are now moving to bring down the remains of the passengers of the crashed Cessna plane from the slopes of Mayon volcano. In a Facebook update, Comelec Mayor Caloy Baldos says the additional responders reached the site on Wednesday morning. Baldos says that they followed the advice of the Albay Public Safety and Emergency Management Office to assign 20 responders for each body. According to him, responders were also advised to take turns to avoid exhaustion. In a separate update, Mayor Baldos cites the possibility of bringing down the remains to safe ground before the day ends. To recall, responders retrieved the bodies of the pilot and passengers on Saturday. However, efforts to bring them down from Mayon volcano proved to be a challenge due to the terrain and the weather. The local government of Albay deployed additional responders on Tuesday to assist in retrieving the remains. It was on February 18 when the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines reported that the Bicol International Airport lost contact with the Cessna 340 plane after it departed. The Commission on Elections releases the official calendar of activities for the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan polls were initially scheduled for December 5, 2022, before it was moved to October 30, 2023. Based on the calendar of activities released by the Comelec, the election period will begin on July 3 until November 14. This is simultaneous with the beginning of the filing of Certificate of Candidacy from July 3 to 7. Meanwhile, the voting hours for the election day, which will be on the last Monday of October, will be from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Comelec previously opened a voter registration for the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections from December 12, 2022 to January 31, 2023. The poll body has also finished printing the required number of ballots for 15 out of the 17 regions in the country as of February 21, 2023. Local oil companies rolled back the prices of liquefied petroleum gas for cooking and auto LPG. In separate advisories, Petron Corporation and Phoenix LPG Philippines Incorporated announced the prices of LPG decreased by 3 pesos and 50 centavos per kilogram. This is equivalent to a decrease of 38 pesos and 50 centavos for an 11 kilogram cylinder. The price of Solane branded LPG went down by 3 pesos and 45 centavos per kilogram. Meanwhile, the prices of auto LPG were slashed by 1 peso and 95 centavos per liter. In February, consumers were hit with an increase of over 120 pesos per 11 kilogram cylinder of LPG. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Ervin Santiago ng Bandera. Ervin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Super proud lolo ngayon si dating Manila City Mayor Isko Moreno sa kanyang apo kay Joaquin Dumagoso at sa partner nitong si Rafa Castro. In fairness, kitang-kita sa itsura ng aktor at dating public servant ang sobrang kaligayahan habang nagkukwento tungkol sa kanyang apong si Baby Scott. Ayon kay Yorme, ibang-iba raw yung feeling na may sanggol na naman sa kanilang bahay kaya raw palagi silang excited kapag umuuwi. Sabi pa ni Isko, proud din siya sa anak na si Joaquin pati na kay Rafa dahil sa pagiging mapagmahal at responsabling magulang. Hindi rin daw siya nagkukulang sa paalala sa mga ito para mas maging solid ang kanilang samahan.
Scott, is a blessing. I look at it as a blessing. Mahirap ang buhay, but life must go on, especially sa ibang pamilya, no? Hirap ng buhay ng tao ngayon. But I enjoy it. I'm happy now spending more time with them, and that includes Scott. Yung apo ko.
Samantala, nagbigay din ng mensahe si Yorme sa lahat ng kanyang mga taga-suporta sa pagganap niya bilang si Ninoy Aquino sa pelikulang Martyr or Murderer na idinirect ni Daryl Yap.
We can give justice to the character, and sana makapanood sila, not because about Ninoy alone, but also seeing the artistic or creative mind of the creative team, Direct Daryl and the team, and Viva, and the artistic added value ng mga artistang gumanap. So let's just support our Philippine industry, Philippine movie industry, no? Makapamuhay tayo mapayapa, makamove on tayo sa buhay, then life must go on, sa sort of saying. Inikayat ko na mabigyan nila ng chance na mapanood naman itong pelikulang Martyr or Murder.
At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks, Neil.
And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Catch Inquirer Today live weekdays at 6 p.m. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.